From the Florissimi Group, it's time for Top That Trade. Alan Knuckman and Phil Flynn are ready to duke it out. Round number one, guys. Home foods. According to Zillow, homes near Starbucks, Whole Foods, and Trader Joe's increase in value faster. How do you play housing?
Well, housing's been beaten down psychologically, but you've seen a lot of home sales. Most sales since 2007. So I don't think that sector is in a bad shape from a fundamental standpoint. The question is, how do you play it?
I hate to play house when I'm standing next to Alan Knuckman, but I think the amazing part of this story is, you live by a Whole Foods. They put in a Whole Foods by your house. Your housing price goes up 10%. People want to live near these areas.
It might be the other way around. Maybe they put a Whole Foods next to the best neighborhoods. Do you ever think about that?
That might be a good idea, but then why would the housing prices automatically go up?
That stock has traded between 28 and 34 for the last 6 months. It's down at the lower end of the range. Another area to look at is XHB. XHB, the Home Builders Index, down 15%. I think both of these have some potential in the long run.
I'm sure your neighbors love both of you. Let's move on to round number two, cattle crisis. Cattle traders are concerned about high-frequency trading. What does that pit problem mean to you?
Well, I mean, obviously, the concern is that it's driving up prices, which I don't believe. But this has been a big battle between old technology and new technology.
And where are you?
High-frequency traders.
You've got to be the old technology.
I'm old technology. I'll admit it. I'm old school. I still draw charts with a paper and a slide rule. But you know what? I don't think the problem is necessarily in this cattle situation, a high-frequency trading issue. It's a limit issue. And I think part of the problem is that the limits on cattle may be too small for the historic.
So what you're saying is the market stopped trading at certain points up or certain points down,
right?
And that affects your risk control. You can't get out when you want to, and you can't get in when you want to.
And that's the cattle traders. And I think if I were the CME, I would move to. And when you get into a situation where you have these wild moves, go to a circuit breaker system. If you open limit up,
all right, let's talk about where cattle prices are going. I think cattle prices have actually bottomed out here.
They do look
like
that.
The wild card is corn. Corn's been trading between $4 and $3.50 for the last 6 months or 8 months here. So if corn prices do bounce up, we got that El Nino coming up.
They do.
Then that could be a problem for cattle, and cattle could go back higher.
Round number three, straight A's. Google spent $1 billion to stay on Apple devices. Right. What is the better buy, Apple or Alphabet?
This just befuddles me so much. So Apple comes out with an all-time, forever corporate record profit of $18 billion.
Okay.
But that's not enough.
It's not enough.
And the stock is down.
Not when you build expectations, because in
Facebook,
technology, you're dead.
Facebook makes $1 billion. Facebook makes $1 billion and their stock rallies 15%.
All right, in a smaller, remember Motorola? Motorola ruled the world.
Motorola?
I'm just showing it as an idea as technology, because
if you don't keep up with new technology,
I've got one on my shoe. But listen, the other story about this is what I want to say, buy Alphabet over that. And you want to know why? I got my iPhone. I use Google instead of Safari, and when I talk to Google, it understands me.
You are not America.
For example, if I say call Alan Knuckman on Google, it'll say you don't want to talk to him.
Google's been trading between 700 and 800.
Call Alan Knuckman.
That targets 900 on the upside.
There you go.
That targets 900 on the upside, about 20% higher. Apple's making bullish divergence here. It's down here at the lows, but we're not making new highs in volatility. I think it's oversold. It could get a nice, healthy bounce to 110 or so. Lean on 90. Apple is not dead.
Here's your bonus round question. NBC's hit TV show The Apprentice will be back. Who are the new contestants? Carney Wilson of Wilson Phillips, Snooki from Jersey Shore, or Boy George, the Grammy Award-winning singer?
I like Carney Wilson. Just hang on to what you got. How's that song going?
This is a terrible subject. If it leads you to singing, we don't want to do this.
There you go.
Speaking of
what's the question?
Boy George.
Carney Wilson.
I picked Boy George.
Carney Wilson.
The answer is all of them.
Whoa! Okay.
Trick question. She got you again.
That's the only way you can get Ellen to get it right on one question. A trick question. Good job, Angie.
Thank you for playing. Business First AM continues right after this.